Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to PTA Sports Live. Yo, it's getting ready to be lit. I told y'all earlier that it was going to be lit up in here, and it is going to be lit. I got my man, my brother, the guy I really do think is the most underrated Giants YouTuber, even though he blessed me with that moniker the last time we spoke. The one and only OGR. What's going on with you, brother? How you doing tonight?
My man, I'm sorry. I mean, I don't make this a love fest because we know it ain't about a love fest. But I'm sorry. You really are the underrated guy. You understand football in and out, and people should know that. Like, you could sit there and say, oh, well, the Giants aren't doing this because of this. Like, that's what I like, And I always say, at some point, you got to make another 3-4 video. And why the Giants are a 3-4 team, even though I get it, they're going to be running a multi-fund scheme, but I guarantee we're going to be in base 3-4 formation more often than not. So I'm just saying that.
Probably. I mean, I can agree. We're going to probably be doing a lot of base 3-4, probably a lot of base nickel. When we're going to a 4-3, it'll be like a base nickel, and that's not even necessarily a 4-3. That's but yeah, I think I agree with that. Yeah, probably going to be doing a lot of base 3-4. Super cool, man. All right, I see that Edward Chan is in here. Click and show you what's going on, Edward. How you doing? Afghanistan, baby. Oh, yeah. What's going on, brother? How you doing, man? Bradley wants us to go live with the hub. I mean, tell the hub to bring is it the hub in BBS? If it's the hub in BBS, tell them to bring their ass over here.
Actually, quick announcement. Sunday, you know how you've been on the Giants tripod, essentially. I'd call it tripod, but when we have a guest on, it turns into a 4-quarter table. Yeah. But we actually have a special guest, and probably Kid Blue's gonna get mad at me, and so is the hub if they.
We got an exclusive on PTA.
We might have She Got Sports on Sunday.
Say word, that'll be awesome. I'm there. Oh, I'm so there. Hey, She Got Sports. Let me tell you something about She Got Sports. I've been watching She's Got Sports for a couple of years, man, because I'm a Giants YouTube historian. I gotta turn the fan up. We talk about She Got Sports. It's getting hot up in here. We got PTA Sports exclusives. So yeah, I've been watching She Got Sports for a couple of years, man. And like one thing that impresses me about her, right, is just how smart she is. She Got Sports is so smart. And I don't mean that to say like, oh my God, a woman is talking about sports. But anybody that's smart impresses me. But she impresses me because she's so smart. And she's really young and smart. And that blows my mind. So, oh man, yeah, I'm there for it. She Got Sports. Cool, man. I hope that all works out. D Rose is up in here. What's going on, D Rose? How you doing today?
And Jay Berman. I appreciate that as well.
And
Jay
Berman. Boom. Jay Berman. What's going on, Jay? How you doing, man? Jay, we still need to do
every time I see Jay Berman though, I think Chris Berman. I really do. I'm like,
well, that's because he's he's Chris Berman's younger brother, man. He went down to Florida, retired. I need to do me and Jay need to we're gonna do a live one time, and Jay's gonna call in. I kind of got the stuff set up here. It's just been real crazy, Jay. But Jay's gonna call in, and we're gonna talk about old school Giants, man. He's got a lot of knowledge, man. And
I picked up 2 Giant books. So my foreman and me are really good friends. I mean, we've been on the same job for 2 years, and I'm his lead guy. So we're always talking, and he keeps everything. And he used to have his own like video store, but he was cleaning out storage, and he had a bunch of old books, and he don't know where he got them. Maybe he got them from a friend or whatever. Harrison Jolly, what's going on? And the Giants Super Bowl run, 1991. Like a year or two, the book was out a year or two after they had made it. And then like the history of the Giants, but like, 60s, 70s, 80s, like all the way to the beginning. So I'm really, really like eager to read those at some point.
That's cool. That's real cool, man. Yeah. I'm always down to listen to old Giants stuff or watch old Giants stuff. I like watching old Giants film just to kind of see the way the game was played in relation to the way the game is played now. There's not a lot of differences, but there are a lot of differences. That's a weird thing to say, but it's just kind of the way it is, man. So that's really cool.
Because you're definitely not going to do a Vince Lombardi. You know, we're gonna have a seal here and a seal here, and we're gonna go up the alley. It's true, but it's not true.
Right.
Because what would Vince Lombardi do if he had a Saquon Barkley? There would be no alley.
No, you just like
there'll be a runway, and Saquon Barkley be taken off.
Just give him the ball. Just give that man the damn ball. All right. So for those who do not know you, which if you don't know One Giant Rebuttal, shame on you. But tell us a little bit about yourself, One Giant Rebuttal. How'd you get started on YouTube?
I got started because of Fitz Vegas. I am not a fan of Fitz Vegas at all. And I used to hear what he used to say about Eli and the Giants. And then I heard this kid, Big Blue Unbiased. And I'm like, all right, I can do this YouTube thing. And I was determined to start a rebuttal channel. So I came on and my name was One Giant Rebuttal. And I just started going off on these guys. And I, met Chris and I met Bad Dog. But then I realized rebuttal's not a lot. Like, you can't rebuttal somebody every day. It's tougher than you think. And yeah, sure, I've rebutted Stephen A. Smith a couple times, but at the end of the day, it's like, he's so stupid, I could rebuttal him every day. It'd get to be a really boring video. Like, oh, look at this clown go off again. But anyways, I was like, well, I got to start doing something. So I started just giving my opinion on the Giants and trying to break things down and be as factual as I possibly can. Yeah, have a little bit of a stutter here and there. So I might say something or just blurt out a random word. But at the end of the day, I love doing it. Love getting a strong opinion. I love rebuttaling people when it actually comes to it, like you did earlier this week.
I did. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. Okay, so it's kind of funny because I am a card carrying member. My camera keeps going in and out. Okay, there we go. I am a card carrying member of the Fisk unit. I am a card carrying member of the Fisk unit. I don't always agree.
Believe me, before you go too far, I don't mean to interrupt. But I understand. I understand Fisk. I just stop proclaiming, stop proclaiming that you're a Giants fan. You're not. You're a sports fan that loves sports, and you love to be a front runner, and you love your microwave content. That's your home. That's where you belong. Have fun, my friend. Go for it.
Yeah, I know that he's talked a lot about other teams. He's talked about the Saints, being his little side piece or whatever. I mean, listen, I'm not in the business of telling people who their fandom belongs to. But I mean, I can understand how you can rub people the wrong way or whatever. But I mean, again, I don't always agree with everything Fitz Vegas says. I think Fitz Vegas was super hard. He was super hard on Eli, and Eli's my guy. And I wanted to pull a One Giant Rebuttal on Fitz Vegas a few times before I started YouTubing him. Like, man, what's this guy talking about, man? You better stop talking about my guy Eli. Oh, look who popped in.
Before the episode 14 of the Young Guns. That is a good podcast, by the guys. Go check that out.
That is a very good podcast. I'll be listening to it later. Oh man, Big Blue and Bias. All right, that's an acquired taste, man. Big Blue.
He's an acquired taste, and just like beer, you don't like beer the first time you sip it. I don't care what anybody says. You don't like beer the first time you sip. Your dad gives you a little swig when you're 5 years old, and you pucker up like, oh my god, what is that? But anyways, by the time you're 16, you're like, oh, this is my drink. Anyways, don't underage drink, guys. I'm not advocating for that on YouTube. Don't do it.
No, you got to be 21. You got to be 21 for everything now. So
yes, but all that being said, he grows on you. And he's a smart kid. I enjoy him. I brought him on the I can't even think about it. My God, I can't even think of my own show. I'm drawing a blank. But anyways, I brought him on my channel, and regardless, he was a good dude. And I really respect his channel. Really smart guy. He has some crazy takes because he's analytically driven. And sometimes the analytics don't match with the film, or the film don't match with the analytics. And I get how people could say, nah, man, you don't know what you're talking about sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that's unsavory to me about Big Blue and Bias is some of his takes, man. Some of his takes, I just kind of shake my head and go, man, dude. But I don't dislike him. Some of his takes are hard to swallow, and I just kind of move along.
What I do is I listen to everybody, even people I've rebutted.
Yeah.
Even somebody I rebutted 2 weeks ago who thinks I'm a trash YouTuber, I still listen to his channel because at the end of the day, the people that I don't like give me content. So I encourage everybody, please take the opposite opinion because I love coming up with my own content. And generally when I say, hey, when I hear this or this, I love when people take the opposite perspective or take the opposite perspective of just to take the opposite perspective. It's not even something they necessarily believe. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I love that. That's how I get a lot of my video ideas is listening to everybody on YouTube as far in the Giants community, to be totally honest.
I'm glad you said that because one of the things that I always tell people, I seem to figure out a way to say it on every damn stream, is to not live in an echo chamber, man. You got to listen to everybody. You got to listen to opinions that, don't always mesh with yours. And you got to find value in opinions, even if they don't align with yours. You always got to figure out where the value is. So, yeah, I'm glad you said that, man.
And Hub, I appreciate that. And yes, I am down for a fatal 4-way, but I just don't want to body slam anybody.
I saw that. You know I'm in, Hub. You know that I'm in. I appreciate you, Hub. You know that I'm in. Okay, so how long? What region? I'm not going to ask you where you live specifically, but what region?
Oh no, I'm fine telling you. I live in Connecticut.
Okay, all right. Born and raised in Connecticut?
Yes.
So how does a dude from Connecticut become a Giants fan?
Easy. If you've ever lived in mid-Connecticut, you get both markets. You get the New York market, you get the Boston market. Okay. And so it's very, very cool because like I have Nesson and Yes. Those are both the local stations for the Red Sox and Yankees. Right. So growing up, out of the womb, I was carrying a Giants banner. My dad, I was not going to be anything but a Giants fan. And my dad regrets that to this day, but I don't. And a Red Sox fan. And when he was growing up, he used to always take the opposite teams his brother did. So they'd be sitting down and he'd be like, who's on? He'd be like the Rams and the Giants. Had it been the Rams and the Dolphins, my dad would have been a Dolphins fan. It just, on that fateful day, it was the Giants and the Rams. He goes, his brother says, I'm taking the Rams. He's taking the Giants. From that day forth, he was a Giants fan. Same thing. Next week, Yankees, Red Sox. Who you got? I'm taking the Yankees. Well, I'm taking the Red Sox. He always picked against his brother. So those two contributing factors, having the both markets and my dad, that's why I am a Giants fan and a passionate one at that.
That's super cool, man. You know what? That's the reason why I am a UCLA Bruins fan because my cousin, who was like my brother, I was around him all the time. One day we were watching. I don't remember if it was basketball or football, but a team was playing, and UCLA was playing that team, and he went for the team that was playing UCLA, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna take UCLA, and UCLA actually won, and from then on, I was a UCLA fan. So that's super interesting.
And I'm actually a Penn State fan because my grandfather, who's not a real big sports fan, was just watching Penn State, and he goes, I like that team. I said, you know what? I'll stick with it. And I actually have stuck with it. And Charles Diego has an interesting question, and I don't know if you've noticed this. I don't know if you follow.
This one right
here? Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about it. I mean, hey, I'm here for the smoke. I don't run from nothing. Yeah, let's talk about it.
So I have much respect to Anthony Rivardo and Alex Wilson. Alex Wilson is great. To me, a lot of their subs have come from Mike Too Nice. The guy built his own brand, and he wasn't willing. And those guys, they're fine. They're great. I'm Empire Sports. I get a lot of my news from Alex Wilson. But when I watch Anthony Rivardo and Alex Wilson go live, I just don't think they're very entertaining, to be totally honest with you. I love Anthony Rivardo, how smart he is. I like his film breakdown. He's a good dude. Alex Wilson, too. It's just, I'm giving you guys my honest opinion. I just don't find them very entertaining for me. But I could see how they could be entertaining for other people. Pest will get you in here.
I didn't even know who Fireside Giants was. I knew Mike Too Nice because I watched a lot of Mike Too Nice because I love Mike Too Nice's film breakdown. A lot of the people that let me not say a lot of the people, but whenever there are several YouTubers who I like to watch who aren't even Giants content because I just like their film breakdown. I love breaking down film. And I love listening to people break down film. I just recently got to watch Kid Blue's breakdown on Nick Gates, and I was super impressed with Kid Blue's film breakdown. Super impressed. I love film breakdown. So that's why I started watching Mike Too Nice. When Mike Too Nice went over to follow Fireside Giants, I followed him over there. And then I discovered Fireside Giants, and I was like, okay, these guys are cool. Mike Too Nice was probably the front man for the Fireside Giants band for a little bit there. But I always thought that they made a good trio. I always thought that their content was good when all three of them were together. And then I was super confused when Mike Too Nice left. I was like, but why?
I think the way I'm not going to sit there and act like I know, but from the rumor mill, if you will, it sounds like Mike really couldn't be there as much as they wanted him to do. Basically,
hey, what's going on, Nerd Out Sports? I see you, brother. Hey, what's up, man? Thanks for popping in.
What's going on, Nerd Out? And then Charles Diaz says people in Connecticut can't drive for SHIT. But you've never met me then. You've never met me because I can drive.
Man, I only got one Connecticut story, and I can't tell it on this stream right now. I've got one Connecticut story. I can't.
Oh boy, you off stream. I'm very curious.
Yeah, I'll tell you the Connecticut story off stream, but I cannot tell the story on stream. Okay. So I saw. All right, let's get into this because this is the hot news, and Jay Berman asked about this. Would you guys care to discuss our defensive backfield, considering the most recent news? Vet quarterback reportedly coming into camp and unfortunately injured to McKinney. All right, so OGR, how did you react to the news about Xavier McKinney and also Maya? How'd you react?
A lot better than a lot of Giants fans did. It seemed like a lot of them are ready to cry, but. But if you guys have been living under a rock, McKinney fractured his foot or broke his foot, so he's out 2 to 3 months. And then Mayo torn his meniscus, so he's going to be out for the season. And to me, I always have that mentality, next man up. Is Love going to perform better than McKinney? Probably not. But I think Love's going to be slotted in at free safety, and Jabril Peppers will be slotted in a strong safety. And we see what it is. And then we brought in 2 veteran corners, Russell and then Brandon something or other. One from Arizona, and I forgot the other dude. But I watched everybody else's videos. And at the end of the day, I think a lot of people think those guys are coming in to like start. And I'm like, whoa, they're not coming in here to start. They're coming in here. Don't forget, we've lost people on special teams. Corners are a big part of special teams. Like, most corners are gunners to me. I don't know what it is. I mean, you do see your wide receivers like a Cody Core, but for the most part, to me, most gunners I see are corners. I don't know why that is, but it's because it's probably pretty deep on the roster. You carry a lot of corners regardless, and wide receivers, so that's why you see them mostly out there on special teams. But for me, I think those guys are probably special teamers. Both can run fast. I'm not saying they can't contribute at corner or safety, but right now, it is what it is. And it's like no crying over spilled milk. Let's get week 1. Let's go. You know, we got what we got. I mean, it's unfortunate. I wanted to see Xavier McKinney make an impact. But at the end of the day, I just want to see this kid get on the field and get a little bit of experience. I'm just nervous the Giants might hold him out totally. 2 to 3 months is a lot of time. But let's get your take, my friend.
So, I mean, when I saw the news, I said, damn, that sucks. I was like, that sucks. Y'all know me, man. I always look at I can't not have my coaching hat on. And so like when I see like a player gets hurt, it sucks. And it's kind of a crushing loss, I guess. But like it ain't the end of the world, man. One player does not make the team.
Yeah, that's very true.
Does not make the team. Xavier McKinney was not going to be the difference between us winning or losing 10 games. Like that's just not the way this works. Could he contribute and help us win those games? Absolutely. But
I think maybe he could be a difference between maybe 1 or 2 at most.
Yeah, a game here or a game there. But I mean, like overall, like the fact of the matter is that one player does not make or break the team. Now, if I'm not gonna wood before we say this, if Daniel Jones gets hurt, then we might be in some issue. We might have some issues.
Absolutely.
Then it's like, well, there goes the season if Daniel.
But I believe in Cole, so it's okay. I believe in Cole.
You believe in Cole? But we're talking about a player who was like realistically, right? they were going to have a rotation of safeties. All right. It wasn't like Xavier McKinney and Peppers are going to play every defensive snap. All right. First of all, if you do that, you're stupid. All right. You should have a rotation of guys that can come in and spell each other. So, like, yeah, it sucks. It sucks that McKinney is hurt. It sucks that McKinney potentially could be out for the season, right? It sucks. But that's why we have coaches. Coaches need to figure out how to get their players to play. Coaches need to figure out how to put their players in the best position to win. And if they can't figure it out because McKinney is hurt, well, then maybe we don't got the right coaches, all right? I mean, like –
I have every confidence these coaches are going to put the right guy at free safety. Because I'm just assuming McKinney, I mean, he was going to play multiple positions, but obviously he was going to line up more at free safety. I don't know if you agree or not, but that's how I feel.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%. 100%. Find me a Super Bowl winning team that's 100% healthy.
I mean,
you can't.
One of the most injured teams I've ever seen was the Eagles in 2017, and they still pulled it off.
Injuries happen. You got to figure out a way around them. So it is what it is, man. Jay Berman, you're absolutely right.
55 now, Jay. 55.
55 now. But yo, there's more than just one player. Okay, it sucks.
Oh, get to Nikki's virtual hug, by the way, because she said,
yeah. What's up, Nikki? How you doing, Team PTA? You know it's Team Nikki all day, girl. Thanks for popping in. You know what? And now that you said that, I'm gonna take my hat off for a second. Now that you said that, let me rant for a second, OGR, if I may.
It's your channel, of course.
If I may. You know, Giants fans, all Giants fans that can hear me, fucking relax, okay? Like, you need to relax. Every time something happens, a player gets hurt, someone doesn't sign, someone takes a shot, there's an argument that happens, the damn sky is falling for y'all. And I don't understand why. Relax. We haven't even played a game of football yet.
I need to get an before you continue on your rant. I need to get an RELAX, relax, Aaron Rodgers out of you.
Yo, like, seriously, this is crazy. We have not even played a football yet. Not a preseason game, not a regular season game. And there are already people that are like, well, the season's done. What do you mean? What do you mean the season's done, yo? You haven't even seen what this team looks like. So how did you know that the season was going to be good to begin with? You don't. The season could already have been done, regardless of an injury or someone not signing or someone going to jail. We don't know what this team is. This is a new team. This is a new coaching staff. This is a new culture, new playbooks, new terminology, new trainers, new everything. And y'all flipping out like we was going to win the Super Bowl. You don't know. So relax. Stop crying in your cereal on Twitter about injuries. Injuries going to happen. You better stop crying. You better stop crying about people hitting in practice, because if you don't hit enough in practice, that's how injuries happen in the first place. Your body has to be prepared for the beating it's going to take. For 16 games, you have to prepare your body for it, and we don't have a preseason. So guess what? Daniel Jones needs to get hit a couple of times, or he's going to go out there, he's going to drop back, some big fat ass dude's going to be running to him, he's going to tense his body up, get hit, and tear something. We don't have a preseason. We need to hit. That's what needs to happen. And if someone gets hurt, so be it. So be it. Stop being so damn scared. Y'all over here being soft as baby shit. Chill out. Let's see a game first before y'all flip the fuck out on Twitter and tell everybody that they're stupid, especially me, because I know what I'm talking about. Thank you very much for your support. Back to our regularly scheduled programming.
But anyways, no, I love it. I love it because I totally agree. Because you know what? There's going to be the narrative now, because McKinney broke his foot and Mayo torn his meniscus. Oh, it's because of too much hitting in practice. George Judge is too tough on the players. That's going to be the narrative. That's going to be the narrative. Because I've already started here. I've heard other Giants YouTubers touch on it. Oh, well, Saquon came lame up on this play. Ballantine came lame up on this play. Cody Core came up, even though it was a non-contact injury. Maybe if he wasn't hitting. Sorry, I just heard like a loud popping outside. Somebody's freaking car's backfiring. But anyways, like Cody Core's non-contact injury, I guarantee he strained it when he was hitting. And it's like, please, if you don't hit again, you will not be prepared for the season. And people are like, well, you've never played football at a high level, so how would you know? You're right. I've never been hit by Dexter Lawrence, so I don't know. But what I do know is I've been pushed. And being pushed is a good thing if it's done the right way. Mm-hmm. And I can tell you right now, as an apprentice electrician, I was pushed. And I haven't worked for this foreman in 8 years. And I only worked for him about 4 or 5 months because I am an electrician. I'm an E2 electrician. I am a licensed electrician. For that, you're an apprentice for 4 years. During that time, I had a guy, John Lambruno, hardest foreman to ever work for. I earned his respect, and he pushed me. Mm-hmm. And you know what? He put his arm around me. He goes, "You're going to go somewhere, kid." And he's right. 3 years later, I have my E2. So, and I always remember this dude. I haven't worked for him in 8 years. I just awesome dude.
Yeah, but it really bugs me when I hear people talk about success like it's an easy thing to achieve. Like,
Preach.
Like that messes me all the way up when I hear people talk about success. Like, you think the Patriots have won 6 Super Bowls because the NFL handed it to them? No, they worked their asses off. It's not fun to be a Patriot, but it's rewarding because you're successful. I have not gotten to where I am today as a broke kid from the hood without having to work my ass off for it, yo. Success is not given, it is earned. And right now, what Joe Judge is trying to instill in these players is, yo, we got to earn this shit every single day, because the opposite team, their plan is to kill us today. That's their plan. So we have to have the same mentality as they do. Success does not come easy. You have to work for it.
Especially when you only have a month to get ready for the season. You have to work twice as hard. And considering the fact that nowadays with the union, they only have, you're not allowed to do this, or you're only allowed this many padded practices. They should be doing 2-a-days as far as I'm concerned.
Hell yeah. Hell all the way. Hell yeah. I'm sorry, man. Listen, I'm not a soft-ass dude. Y'all, everybody that's watching me, that's been supportive of me, y'all know I'm not a soft-ass dude. I ain't about that soft stuff, all right? Especially when it comes to football, especially, all right? If I'm a player, I'm going out there with the mentality that I'm going to work my ass off to be better than the dude that lines up across from me. If I am coaching, I am coming with the mentality that I'm going to work you so that you are better than a dude that lines up across from you. Because as Joe Judge said, the Steelers ain't showing up to give us hugs. They're showing up to kill us, to end our lives. In between the whistle, from a legal standpoint, in terms of the rules, they are coming to slaughter us every time the ball is snapped. We got to get out of this mentality of being soft, because we've been soft for the last 3 years. That's why we've
been soft for the last 7 or 8.
Right. That's why we haven't achieved it, because we're soft. The Giants have been soft. All right. And if you mad for calling this team soft, I am a mega fan. Everything in my house is New York Giants. My wife hates it as a Cowboys fan, how much Giant shit there is in this house. All right. But I will not be a homer. I will not say that everything the Giants do were great. The fact of the matter is that we have been soft. And now we got a guy that comes in and says, yo, let's make these players hard. And y'all want to complain? Then go, then listen. Then go watch synchronized swimming. They soft there. Ain't nobody hitting there. I'm sorry, OGR. I get fired up about football. I do.
And most of us do. It's just a natural instinct, especially if you've been following the game or you have any sort of passion toward the game. I mean, you don't even want to come around me when the Giants are playing and they're performing bad. Forget about it. Get the hell away from me. You should have. Next time you see Kid Blue, ask him about me and the Jets fan going at it in the stadium. There was a heckler behind me, and me and him went at it. At the end of the day, he goes, "You could talk some shit," and he pounds my fist. And Kid Blue looked at me like, "Why did he just pound your fist?" And I said, "Because I gave it to him. We lost, and I still gave it to him."
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Because he'd be like, Slayton, every time Slayton scored, I think he scored like twice in that game. I was like pointing to my jersey, Slayton and shit, because I'm the only guy with a Slayton jersey at that point. Oh, by the way,
yeah.
Everybody, when I saw me rocking it, they're like, "What is that, Bear Pascal?" I'm like, "No, that is Darius motherfucking Slayton."
Darius Slayton. He's a beast. He's a beast. So what are you thinking? What are you thinking about? What do you think about this team's potential, OGR? How you feeling about this team in general?
Potential. Right now, I want to be competitive. That's what I want to be. I want to be competitive. I want to be in every game. If we lose it, so be it. It's a young team. You're going to lose close games as a young team. It's just going to happen. They're not a veteran squad. But for the most part, I've predicted 7-9 for the season. I'm going to stay with that prediction. But, if they went 8-8, 9-7, I wouldn't be surprised. I know some people say 10-6 and 11-5. I don't think people know what a 10-6 or 11-5 roster even looks like. Never mind that the Giants are going to go. It's just way too tough of a schedule for the Giants to do that. But we need consistency and be competitive in games to give guys confidence, and we need to be competitive past week 12. So, that's my expectation. I want to be 7-9 is a good record, and I think Dave Gettleman keeps his job. Giants fans can feel confident going forward, and we can definitely look forward to next season. And that draft and free agency. So
that's a realistic expectation. I like that. 7-9. I think I might have said. Well, I haven't even really given a prediction for this.
It's about time you do.
No, because I don't give predictions. All right. If you want the predictive future, you can ask Miss Cleo. She can help you out better with that. I stole that from
then ask Miss Cleo and then make a video about what she said. But I'm pretty sure she's in prison.
You're right. I said that this team could it has the potential to win between 6 to 8 games. That's what I said. I've said that constantly on streams or whatever. I think this team can win 6 to 8 games. I don't necessarily see this team winning 9 or 10. Not at all. But the thing about it is that
9 if the ball bounces our way.
Yeah. The thing about it is that's where this team's at right now. Like this is we are a middle of the pack team. Excuse me. I don't think that this team is the bottom of the barrel team, but I don't think that this team is going to be super competitive. I'm sticking with what I said last season at the beginning of the season, and I continued to say it was wins and losses don't mean anything to me right now. I don't even care about wins and losses. I mean, like I always want the Giants to win. I want the Giants to win every single week. Even when I think, we getting ready to get slaughtered, I still want us to win. Like, I still want us to win. But like, I can't sit here and say that like I care so much about wins and losses that it's going to affect me as a fan watching the game. I'm kind of in a weird position as a fan because like I want to get super excited and yelling about the team, and I want to be super angry and yelling at the team, but I'm just not there as a fan right now because I already know in my heart that like, we're just not there yet. But I like what I see. I like the potential, and I feel really excited about the future. I'd be super, super surprised if this team's not hyper competitive within the next 2 years. I'd be super surprised. And that I'd be confused, and I'll still be making videos. I'll be looking at y'all like, man, I know 2 years ago I said I thought we'd be hyper competitive. I don't know what the hell going on. Like, I'll be as confused as all y'all. I really do think that within the next 2 years, this team.
Jake Berman got something interesting, and then Charles before that said Gettleman should pick up the phone and make the cockerel deal work.
Okay, let's go to Charles first. We can talk about this. Let's talk about this. What do you think about that cockerel deal?
I don't think Cockrell's coming back. I see a player being offended because he didn't get the money because he thought he earned it. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't see Cockrell coming back. I mean, I'd like to bring him in. It solidifies the second corner position, still allows the guys to compete, and it frees up maybe a little bit of room to see what these guys can do at free safety. Because I really don't think the jump from free safety to corner is that big a deal, especially if you have speed. But that's just me. That's a fan speaking. You could probably speak to that better than I could.
I'm a trenches guy, but the jump from cornerback to defensive back, you do have to have a little bit of speed because you are the last resort. You are the top of the umbrella, so to speak. You got to have good footwork as a safety. You got to have a good base because you've got to be able to flip your hips. Being a safety, at least a free safety, because a strong safety, typically your strong safety is coming down, he's banging with that tight end, or he's making a tackle, at the second level. But as a free safety, you've got to have good flipping your hips because you got to be able to change direction on a dime. Especially when you're playing like center field or whatever the case may be. So that's what I see the transition from a defensive back to a safety is. It's just you got to have flipping your hips. And you got to be smart because you got to kind of know what's coming.
I mean, you have to have natural flip in your hips, regardless if you're going to play corner or safety. Because you have stiff hips, I don't care. You're not going to survive in this league. Right. I mean, you can have nice recovery speed, and a lot of safety corners do rely on it. But you need to be able to flip your hips because, I mean, you watch Deion Sanders, and he breaks it down when they're doing their on-the-field drills. Oh, this guy's stiff. This guy's not. This guy's loose. This guy's not. Right. And he always talks about, the bend in the back pedal drill. Coming forward, going back, coming forward, going back in that V shape.
Right.
It's a great drill. And then being able to transition to that running position. I mean, I've watched the whole metrics on these guys running backwards. A lot of these guys are not supposed to be able to backpedal as fast as they do. Like the human body is not meant to do that. And the fact that these guys can get up like 15 miles an hour backpedaling, are you freaking kidding me? Yeah, but crazy. Regardless of the fact, to me, I'm not saying every corner can do it, but I think the transition from corner to safety, or free safety at least, to me would be easier than coming from free safety to corner.
Yes, I will agree with that. Yes, it in theory it should be easier for you to go from corner to free safety than
I think free safety. You have to be able to read and react the quarterback's eyes, react more, and so as a corner, you're still looking at the quarterback's eye, but you still have somebody that you're covering, either 1-to-1 or even in a zone. So. I could see actually a zone corner actually being a better free safety than somebody that's used to playing man-to-man bump and run.
Yes, 100%. Because as a free safety, you're predominantly going to be playing zone. There are going to be some sets where you're going to be playing man-to-man, depending upon like some kind of a crazy blitz package. But yeah, typically you're going to be playing some kind of a zone coverage. So, I was happy when we was talking about bringing in Cockrell. I was happy about him coming back. I agree. I don't think he's coming back. That whole situation was real weird. I don't know what.
It's just a contract. I think the guy's just tired of making league minimum, and he's just like, boom, pay me. And he thought that the Giants would because, Baker not going to be there, Beal going down. He's like, hey, it's my chance to get a payday from a team that, I'm willing to play for. And they were like, no, we don't have that kind of money. Sorry.
That's the thing is that for him to have even come in to do COVID testing and do a physical, there had to have been already some numbers talked about. You're not going to make that trek all the way to a team.
Maybe it's a length of years. Maybe he's just tired from going team to team, and maybe the money was right, but the years were wrong.
Yeah,
maybe the Giants were looking at a 1-2 year deal. They look at Cockrell and say, "Hey, you're not in our long term plans, so we'll give you a 1-2 year deal at most." And he was like, "Nah, I need 3 or 4." And they're like, "Bye."
Yeah, because we ain't doing deals like that right now. And
we're definitely not. If we're bringing guys in, it's going to be for league minimum 1 or 2 years.
Yeah, I'm glad. And then you said, Jay Berman, look at film, physical tools, and college productivity. A lot like Cam Brown, T. Crowder, Coughlin with the injury to Mayo, and Conley trying to come back. Who makes the roster at linebacker? Well, I mean,
a lot of these guys are different type linebackers. Like Tate Crowder is the guy who's going to be in the middle with he'll be able to maybe come in for Mayo, spell Mayo, or he would have spelled Mayo maybe, but like come in for Mayo because I see him more as a middle linebacker. Because when I talk about the Giants, I talk about it from a 3-4 scheme. So you're going to have 2 middle linebackers and your 2 edge guys. So and Cam Brown's being transitioned to an edge guy and Carter Coughlin's being an edge guy. Yep. Although I do think Cam Brown has the ability to play weak side linebacker in a 4-3 or strong side linebacker in a 4-3. I don't see him as a middle guy, even though he was early in his college career.
I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, so first and foremost, Conley is going to play, all right?
Yeah.
And he's going to be a monster. You heard it here.
He's going to play, and he's going to start right next to Blake Martinez. That's for sure.
It's going to be Conley Martinez. Conley's going to be a monster. I wouldn't be surprised if Lorenzo Carter plays a little middle linebacker.
I could see him playing weak side in a 4-3. He's definitely going to be pass rushing, and he's the better of the two. He lines up at strong side linebacker in a 3-4, if I'm not mistaken. Comes off the left side, which is in a predominantly 3-4. If my memory serves me correct, usually you have the strong side guy in coverage more so than somebody who's coming from the weak side, who's more of your blitzer or more of your pass rusher.
Yes, because your strong side guy also has to be able to cover that tight end on those intermediate routes,
which Lorenzo Carter is actually not bad at doing.
Yeah, he's okay at doing that. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see some packages where Lorenzo Carter's in the middle of the field. I wouldn't be surprised. Lorenzo Carter was an athletic freak. His sideline to sideline speed is nasty. I'm not saying Lorenzo Carter's going to be out there covering passes. I'm not saying he's going to be out there in passing down situations, but I wouldn't be surprised if he was out there, on first, second down or third and short where we think they're going to run. I could see him being out there covering sideline to sideline.
Honestly, I just think that, let's just say Lorenzo has a bad season and he goes somewhere else next year, because I still think he's going to still be on a team next year. Let's just say the Giants part ways for whatever reason, whatever happens. I see Lorenzo Carter working out in a 4-3 more than a 3-4. I've always looked at Lorenzo being that strong side linebacker in a 4-3 or maybe a weak side linebacker in a 4-3. Because I just think he's better suited for the 4-3. I don't know why it is, because I'm pretty sure he played a 3-4 at Georgia, if I'm not mistaken.
He played a 3-4, yeah. He played a 3-4.
But I see him as more of a 4-3 linebacker. He's shown the coverage skills. He's shown the ability to blitz. I just think he's better suited for that. Maybe he's just been playing in the wrong system.
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't be surprised if Carter becomes like an off-ball linebacker. And you know what? Because we're running multiple sets, I wouldn't be surprised if we see 4-3 with him out there. Probably on the strong side. Probably on the strong side. Playing the Sam. I can see him doing that. 100%. I think bet y'all Carter. Check this out. Bet y'all Carter goes to $100. $100 and he goes to the Patriots and the Lions. I
just said he'd go to another. I just said he'd probably if he doesn't have a good season, it's possible. Maybe he gets cut or whatever. Those are the type of teams I could see somebody take, like the Patriots or the Lions, giving this dude a shot.
$100.
I can just easily see it.
I might have to take you on that bet. I don't think Carter's going anywhere personally. I think
I don't think he's going to go anywhere either.
I think Carter has a big year this year. I think he's going to have a big year this year.
Like just being an impact linebacker all over the field, or more sack total?
No, just being what he contributes to the team. I think he's going to have a big year. Because I think he's going to be used correctly. I think that this defensive coaching staff is smart enough to use him better than he was used, by James Betcher, who was a train wreck, a dumpster fire. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Carter has a good year. Listen. Dark horses right now, which is a good transition, because on defense, my dark horses are Lorenzo Carter and X-Man.
Well, I don't see X-Man as a dark horse, though. I don't. Even with Marcus Golden and Kyler Fackrell, I see early in the season getting most of the reps because they're veterans at the ability to pass rush. I don't see X-Man as a dark horse at all. I could see somebody like RJ McIntosh being a dark horse, BJ Hill being a dark horse, being those guys on the defensive line, especially if something like Dalvin or Leonard goes down. I could see those guys being dark horses and coming in and producing. But I don't see X-Men. I don't.
So you just think he's just going to go out there and just body people because he will.
I'm not saying he's going to go out there and body people, but I'm just confident in his skill and being able to produce. Now, what that production looks like, I do not know, but
okay. Well, then who do you think is a dark horse on offense?
Dark horse on offense, Caden Smith, because I don't trust Ingram to stay healthy.
See, I don't know if I consider Caden Smith a dark horse, because Caden Smith looked damn good when he played last season.
Yeah, he did, but it doesn't mean just because you played with Pat Shurmur last year doesn't mean you're going to be starting with Joe Judge. How do you know that Joe Judge is like, you know what? I like Ingram and I like the mix of Levon Tulalolo because he's considered to be a better blocker. On 2 tight end sets, and Caden Smith doesn't get a chance to play. I'm not saying that's what's going to shake out, but
listen, with Jason Garrett, I won't be surprised if we're using 3 tight end sets.
Oh, absolutely, especially in goal line. Especially, when's the last time we saw a 3 tight end set near the goal line with the Giants? Period.
No, yeah, right. I wouldn't be surprised if we're using 3 tight end sets. You can play action
and not to mention you can bring in the extra. You can bring in the extra tackle to play in tight end because we actually have some athletic guys out there. Like, if Nick Gates is not playing center, or we even put Pulley at center and put Nick Gates on the outside. You have the ability to do that. Now, I don't think you're going to do that during, you're not going to do that at the goal line. It's a high pressure situation. And obviously, Dieter Jones is not used to taking snaps from Pulley because I think Gates has gotten more starting center snaps. I'm just saying, not to mention Pulley's actually been hurt. So I actually think Gates is going to be the starting center day one. But
I've been saying that the whole time.
Yeah, I've been saying it the whole time too. And P.S. I also bought BBS the jersey. I bought him the Nick Gates jersey, and he's going to be wearing it very soon.
He's going to be wearing. Listen. He's going to be wearing that jersey. BBS is wearing that damn jersey. 100%. He's
going to become a massive Nick Gates fan. By the end of the season, he's just going to be like Nick Gates' #1 fan.
I like this comparison. That's a good comparison. Yeah, I like that comparison. Kevin Boss.
That's a solid comparison right there.
Yeah, I like that comparison. And I like Kevin Boss, man. Kevin Boss was a monster. He was a quiet monster, but Kevin Boss was kind of a monster, man. Okay, cool. All right. So I guess I'm surprised that no one's mentioned it at all. I was sure that everyone was going to be in here yelling about my one giant rebuttal moment. My one giant rebuttal moment. You had oh my god, and I just brain farted where I was going with this because I wasn't actually going to talk about that specific thing. Okay. There was a channel that you recently talked about. And I wanted to ask you because you said that you actually still listen to this person, he who shall not be named. How long have you been following him and his takes?
And his takes, probably, I knew about him before, for sure, on a regular basis the last 3 or 4 months, but in total probably 6 or 7.
What you mean? Unless I did, I'm here for the smoke, Afghanistan. You know better than that, Afghanistan. Take a lap, Afghanistan. Take a lap.
Take a lap.
What's
going on, Sports Expert 101?
Sports Expert, what's going on with you? Okay, because I thought it was, I thought it was real interesting the comments that you had about him because while I am a subscriber of his as well, no, I'm dead ass serious, Afghanistan. Go take a lap. Come back when you're done with your lap. Go take a lap. I saw in my video, Jay Burmy. I saw it in my video. I saw that.
Oh, he actually commented?
Yeah.
He must have done it recently.
There was a lot of comments on that video. There's a lot of actually that's probably my most commented video that I have, man. There's a lot of comments on that video. I found it to be interesting that it took you so long to rebut him. And I don't know if you rebutted him before and I missed it.
No, I've not rebutted that was the first time I rebut him. And usually I call a person out by name, but he likes to be shady on his videos too when he's talking about other people, and he does talk about other people. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, I rebut him because I've called Pizzle out by name, I've called Bad Dog out by name, I've called Entertainer out by name. And Bad Dog and Entertainer take it in good faith. Now, the third one I can't say it. I definitely doesn't take it in good faith. But no. Yeah, the other one, the one that shall not be named, that I'm surprised he even watched it. So he must have been watching my channel for quite some time to just automatically know. And I've kind of hinted at him in other videos, but people never caught it.
Okay. Yeah, I thought hey Charles Dale, appreciate you, man. Go take care of the lady, man. The boss is always right. The boss is always right. Yeah, I found it interesting because I was like, man, did I miss this? Can't be the first time because that gentleman is very rebuttable. Like there's a lot of things that he says that I kind of shake my head at because like the way he presents himself. He presents himself higher than what he actually is. I don't mind saying that. I'm a nobody, so he can't do anything to me because I'm a nobody. But he presents himself higher than what he is, and the things that he says contradicts the way he presents himself sometimes.
It does. His point, not sorry to interrupt, but his points clash all the time because he'll say something like, I really don't like the way Daniel Jones does this, or I don't like the way Saquon did this, or I don't like what Joe Judge did this. And then in the next day's video, I think we're going 8-8 or 9-7. What? How? You just said that this dude's trash. Did you ever listen to what he originally had to say about Xavier McKinney?
Yeah.
I was like, please, dude, please. Yeah. He might have legit insider information, but when it comes to anything else, woo-wee. Not too smart. Can't even say people's names right.
No, he gets names wrong. He gets names wrong all the time. That's a pet peeve of mine, man. When I watch, and I mean, like, I get names wrong all the time, but I say I know when I know I'm going to get someone's name wrong, I acknowledge, hey, I'm getting ready to butcher this name because I don't know how to say it. But when people say people's names wrong and continue on and don't even acknowledge that they're messing the name up, and they constantly do it, it almost feels like it's on purpose. And that's
unless your name's Jerry Remy. Jerry Remy is a caster for the Red Sox. And when Justin Pedroia was playing, it is Pedroia. It's how it's pronounced. But he would always say Pedroia. It was a running meme in Red Sox Nation. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
Because listen, I still don't know if it's Matt Parrott or Matt Pert. I still don't know.
I'm gonna go with Pert because I always think of the shampoo Pert Plus.
Yeah.
So
I still don't know. I don't know if it's Parrot or Pert. I don't know. But at least I acknowledge that I don't know. All right. I just kind of wanted to touch on that really quickly because I found it very interesting. I found out about it, when we were all streaming together, and then I kind of looked back, and then I realized I was like, wait a minute, I don't think I've ever seen him rebut this guy. He should have been rebutting this guy a long time ago. He should have been rebutting this guy a long ass time ago. Okay. Is there anyone without giving away any future content? Is there anyone that you are itching to rebut?
Not in the Giants community, I don't think. Honestly, there's nobody
anywhere.
Nobody right now. Nobody right now that I'm itching to rebut. He was one that I was itching for a while, only because of what he was doing to other Giants YouTubers. It's like, I'm not trying to sit there and say, "Oh, I'm the defender of the Giants YouTube." It's just like at the end of the day, we're all fans of the same team, and I'm not saying everybody's got to get get along perfectly. You don't. You're not going to. But to sit there and just start shitting on channels out of nowhere, it's just like, bro. Like, even if it's in the comment section, it doesn't look good on you. You have no.
I've been seeing him do that. I now see him doing that, and I was like, "Oh, that's weird." Yeah, I've been seeing him do that.
Yeah. So and then he'll sit there in his video and I don't subscribe to that high school stuff, and it's like, yes, you do. It's like you passing me a note in the hallway in high school saying how big of a piece of shit I am. It doesn't matter if you do it in front of the whole school or I'm reading it in a note. You're still acting like a child.
Mm-hmm.
And an older one at that.
I agree because I mean, like, what is he like? 275 years old or something? He's old as hell. He's an old dude. He's an old dude.
And the funny thing is, he's played high level football. He played low end college football.
Did he?
And he doesn't understand the game. You notice how he never talks about this defense as a 3-4 at all. I don't think he understands the 3-4. I don't. Because he refers to the pass rushers in a 3-4 as not as linebackers sometimes. And it's like, bro. That's what they are. That's your predominant pass rushers in a 3-4.
Yeah, it's your outside
And
linebacker.
he doesn't understand the 3-down lineman in a 3-4 scheme. And he's talking about this guy and this guy, and I'm just like, he blows my mind how stupid he is for playing football. My own uncle blows my mind. He's the biggest Giants homer you'll ever meet. Every year, it don't matter how good or bad you think we're gonna be. He always is like, yo, Giants going to Super Bowl. Giants going to Super Bowl. And after the first game, we suck. But anyways, but it's so funny because I thought he'd have a better understanding of football. He started at corner in high school, his whole high school career.
Huh.
He wasn't a very good corner, according to my father, but he was a corner.
Your dad knows him?
Well, it's because there's two competing schools that they used to go to a town right next door to mine. So,
wow, there's actually ties here.
Yeah, there's actually ties. So it's kind of funny. My dad always throws it. My dad always throws it in his face. So there used to be two high schools. I'll tell you the town because nobody's gonna know where New Britain, Connecticut is. So it was New Britain, Connecticut. There used to be two schools in New Britain, Connecticut. Now it's just one. It's just New Britain High School. But there used to be New Britain High School and Pulaski. My dad went to Pulaski. My uncle went to New Britain. And the only 2 years that New Britain ever lost to Pulaski were the 2 years that were my uncle's junior and senior year. My dad reminds him about that all the time because Pulaski never beat New Britain because New Britain is a Class S school in our division. So they're they're usually good, very good. They haven't been good for the last couple of years, but you've probably maybe heard of him because he played for the Patriots. You ever know about Tupucky Jones? He played for the Patriots. He went to Syracuse. He was a really good running back in New Britain. Like he's the star of New Britain. Like everybody knows who Tupucky Jones is. In this local area. But he went to Syracuse. McIntosh beat him out at running back. They switched him to corner or defensive back, and then he played for the Patriots.
Okay. Man.
Long-winded answer.
All right, cool, man. Cool. All right. Well, all right. So we are at 56 minutes. So let's go ahead and get into the main event.
This is the main event. Ding ding. Let's go.
Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and get into the main event. So
Nikki, I love you too.
Oh, we all love Nikki. Nikki is the best. Okay. I'm going to name names here because I recently dropped a video on our old friend Kyle Pizzle.
You don't say.
Yes. I'm going to start here. What I personally think that what I did was whack. Okay. And here's the reason why I'm going to say what I did was whack. Thank you very much, Nikki. We appreciate and love you for that. As I said in my video, right, when I decided that I wanted to do this, I wanted to be positive, right? And I wanted to show love to all you guys because before being a content creator, I'm a fan. I like to think of myself as a Giants YouTube historian because for the past, I don't know, 3-4 years, maybe, I've been watching Giants content on YouTube. Okay. Like
actually longer than me, to be totally honest with you. I really didn't get into New York Giants content until about 2 years ago.
Yeah, I see.
Like right before I started the channel, like 6 months before I started the channel is when I really started watching.
See, I'm addicted to YouTube. Okay. I don't watch TV unless it's sports. I don't watch TV, but I watch a lot of YouTube, and I've watched a lot of these YouTube creators. I've watched them grow. I've watched them get bigger. All right. I came here wanting to be a guy who was a fan who decided, hey, you know what? I got some knowledge and some experience that I want to bring to the table. And I want to help this community get bigger because I personally think that the Giants community, the Giants YouTube community, even including Cop Pizzle, every person that we've named here, and Bad Dog and Chris the Entertainer and Kid Blue and The Hub, Fireside Giants, Bleeding Big Blue, I think that we have one of the best football communities on YouTube, okay? And maybe I'm being a homer because I'm a Giants fan and this is what I watch. But
No, I
also,
agree with you.
I also watch the Vox Lombardis. Okay, I also watch Louis T. Okay, I also watch EDP when he was doing a lot of football stuff. Like, I watch all this stuff because I love football and I love hearing people talk about football. I feel like we have probably one of the best communities and probably one of the most knowledgeable and talented communities on YouTube. So I wanted to come and bring value to this community. It was never my intention to come here and have to talk shit to someone, especially a Giants YouTube creator, okay? Especially one. And so to have to do that kind of hurt. I'm going to be completely honest. If you saw my Twitter page, I put a GIF of Shawn Michaels super kicking Ric Flair and saying, "I'm sorry, I love you," because it legitimately fucking hurt me to do that. Because I think it's whack. Now, if I would have had to do it to someone outside the Giants community, right? If I would have had to do it to somebody outside the Giants community, it would have been nothing. It wouldn't have been a thing, right? I'm probably one of the best shit talkers on this fucking platform now. This is what I do. So it wouldn't have been nothing, but to have to do that to a Giants YouTube content creator really fucking sucked. Now, with all that being said, Capizzle earned every bit of that fucking video, all 16 minutes of it, okay? Because Capizzle pulled some really, really shitty moves with me on YouTube. And then instead of trying to be what the Christy Entertainers, what the Bad Dogs, what OGR, what Kid Blue, what the Hub, instead of being what all of y'all have been to me, he shit on me for being a small channel. And that really bothered me. Because I'm a person that if, God willing, I become a big YouTube content creator, I'm going to use my platform for other content creators because I can only do this for so long. All right. At some point, I'm not going to be entertaining anymore. This whole movement's going to pass me by and someone has to take the mantle after us. So it is incumbent upon us as the people who are currently doing this to help small channels get big. Because that's just what has to happen. But Capizzle wasn't about that. Capizzle was about shitting on me, talking about how small my channel was, and then making some really, I don't want to call them inappropriate comments, but some comments
backhanded. I just used backhanded.
It's just some comments that he shouldn't have made. And the fact of the matter is this: everyone that can hear me, every single person that can hear me, I want y'all to hear what I'm getting ready to say. If you don't remember anything else that I say to you tonight, I want you to hear what I have to say. Do not, I repeat, do not go to Capizzle's channel and call this man a racist. Do not reply to tweets of his, for those who are not blocked by him, and call this man a racist. That's fucking whack, okay? The man's not a racist. I know he said something to me that was borderline, but that's not what that's fucking whack. Okay?
I don't believe that. I don't believe that he's racist. I think he's ignorant at certain times, but I don't think he's racist.
Maybe, but like that bothered me. There was a comment on my video where somebody had made a mention of him being a racist, and I said, let's not call him that. Let's call him a coward, because that's what I think he is. I think he's a coward. But I wanted to talk about this specifically. Like the main event was not me continuing to trash Capizzle, because I'm done trashing Capizzle unless he says something to me, and then maybe I got to put the gloves back on. But I don't want no toxicity here. I don't want my followers going to his channel, going into his live streams and being dicks, okay? Because at the end of the day, we are still family. Capizzle's still family, and if Capizzle sees this, which he probably won't watch all the way to an hour and some change, Capizzle's still family to me, okay? me and Kyle Pizzle one day maybe we'll be good and maybe we'll work together. I don't know. Kyle Pizzle's still family. He's just family that I ain't talking to right now. But we all still got to be family, man.
So what you're telling me, he's a distant uncle twice removed.
Right now, yeah. he ain't getting invited to the cookout, but I'll make sure somebody brings a plate home to him. He can't come to the cookout, but he'll get a plate.
I just want to know what's at the cookout because I want to eat.
Yeah, he can't come to the cookout, but we'll make sure he gets a plate because he's still family. All right, he's still family. I just ain't talking to him right now because he was real disrespectful to me, and I'm not the guy to disrespect. I'm really not.
I hear you.
So I wanted to get that out there. I put the link to Kyle Pizzle's channel in my YouTube video because I still want people to go and patronize the man. All right? Even though I don't like him, even though I don't respect him right now, I still want y'all to go patronize. In his live streams, I'll be in his live streams, and I'll continue to do what I've always done, which is not talk. I'll watch it. It's gonna be whacked in a motherfucker.
Dude, I do the same thing. I do the same thing. Not necessarily like a pizzle. I don't really talk a lot. Like a lot of guys don't think maybe I don't watch or I'm not there. Just don't talk. There's no point in me talking. Yeah. Like I'll say hi, what's going on? If you catch it, you catch it. You don't, you don't. It's just like no big deal to me.
Listen, I come in. This is what I always try to do with everybody's live stream. I try to come in. If they're monetized, I'll throw them a super chat, throw them a couple of bucks. Say what's up, and then I'll sit there for a little bit and listen. And depending upon what I got going on, I'll either continue to listen and I won't say nothing, or I'll hop out and go do what I was doing. I want to come in and I want to show some love and show some support. I'll still go on to Kyle Pizzle's channel. I won't say nothing to him. I definitely won't say nothing to him because I don't want to rile up. I don't want to rile up his little circle there. I don't want to rile them up. But
what circle? What circle?
I mean,
I've never once had a negative comment from a Pizzle fan. I've never done it once because a lot of them are my fans. And they're just like, oh, GR, I don't understand why you did that. Because, everybody knows I've rebutted Pizzle.
They're not
so
my fans.
I've rebutted multiple too. Because I
don't want them.
I keep telling them, I was like, dude, just stop throwing shade. Like, I don't understand why you have to go after these channels. Like, it makes no sense. Now, it all started because of the adding. The on Twitter, and then that thread went forever. I don't know if you saw my comment. This thread's like the Energizer Bunny. It keeps going and going and going. I didn't even want to throw my hat into the ring. And at one point I thought he said something to me. And I was like, don't you dare go there because I will fucking put you in your place.
I don't understand why he even commented on it. I mean, like when I what started it was that tweet that I put out where I just said, take a lap, and I had a picture of Joe Judge. And I sent it to a bunch of y'all, and then I didn't add Pizzle, and it wasn't on purpose. It wasn't like a fuck Pizzle moment. I added a couple of people and I moved on. Like it was supposed to be a joke. It was supposed to be funny. A picture of Joe just sitting there that just said take a lap. That's it. It wasn't meant to be anything. It wasn't meant to turn into what it was. For some reason, Pizzle decided that he wanted to comment on it, and that's what started everything. And I'm like, what's the problem here? Like, first of all, why are you telling me who I can and can't add on my tweet? That's my tweet. I'll add whoever the fuck I want to. I'll add non-Giants fans if I want to, because it's my tweet. So I didn't understand why he came at me for that in the first place. But whatever. He felt some kind of way because he don't like Fist Vegas. And I said in the video, I'll say it right now, even though I'm a card-carrying member of the Fisk unit, Fisk Vegas he crossed the line a little bit. He went out of line a little bit because he went after Kyle Pizzle's wife. I get that. I didn't agree with the tactics. I didn't think it was a good look. When I watched the video that Fisk did after he said what he said, I was like, oh shit, Fisk, man, you went kind of below the belt there. But it was what it was. But Pizzle thinks that I thought it was the greatest thing in the world. And I'm like, nah, man, because I dare somebody to come after my wife. Please come after my wife. Please. It's going to be bad for you.
No, and the thing is, like a lot of my thing was when I rebutted him either second or third time, I went after somebody and then somebody said something and I was like, oh yeah, you're right. Da, 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 da. It was a throwaway comment. Like I didn't, when I comment to people, I can't give everybody like a sincere comment. So it was like, hey, yeah, whatever. And he comes to me, he goes, "Oh, the guy that you supported, he talked about my pregnant wife." And I was like, "Well, I didn't know. How was I supposed to know?" "Well, it's because you're ignorant." And I'm like, "Okay, I know. Okay, I admit that I'm ignorant. I'm sorry that guy did that to you. I don't condone that." But that was his biggest problem. That was literally his biggest problem. And I was like, dude, my problem with you is you still throw shade at the Giants community for no reason. If you don't like somebody's content in the Giants community, why do you have to bring it up? Why? Just do your thing. I said, you want to be a part of us? Great. Come over here and be a part of us. If you want to stay over in your little corner, you want to stay in your sandbox, stay in your sandbox. Just leave us alone then. Just stay in your sandbox like I told the other person. Stay in your sandbox. You don't want to be part of the community. You don't want to work with anybody. That's your prerogative. As a content creator, it's your prerogative. You don't want to be part of the community. That's great. Stay in your corner. But they don't. They want to see places outside the sandbox like normal people would. But when you step into somebody else's sandbox, be respectful to my sandbox.
Right. Because listen, a Kyle Pizzle PTA Sports live stream would be off the fucking chain. It would be off the chain. Now, I'm going to still talk shit to you, Kyle Pizzle. I hope you're watching this, Kyle Pizzle, because I'd still be more entertaining than you. But it would be off the chain. A PTA Sports Kyle Pizzle live stream would be ridiculous, and we'd have a good time.
I went at him a ton of times because he likes to hog the spotlight, and we were doing. This is right after me and Capizzle had our little beef, and then we cleared it up, and then he cleared it up with Bad Dog, and Bad Dog brought us on. It was me, him, I think.
I watched it. I was
going at him the whole time. What are you drinking? What are you drinking?
I watched it. And I noticed, Kyle Pizzle, I don't blame Kyle Pizzle for wanting to be the main attraction, right? Because that's in Kyle Pizzle's DNA, which is good. It's a good thing to want to be the main attraction.
You know what? I'll tell you guys a quick story. So before I became an electrician, I went to a broadcasting school. Graduated from broadcasting school. Thought that's what I wanted to do. Turned out I didn't. But regardless, I worked with a guy and he had a syndicated radio show. And he goes, if you want views, you have to act like Howard Stern. You have to be that guy. Mm-hmm. Because at the end of the day, more people that are pissed off at you will listen to you than the people that actually like you for who you are. And it's the friggin' truth. And I see it all the time. When people get upset, and I find myself doing it today. Like I'll tell you right now, I don't watch Fox News all the time, but I like the 5. I don't know why. I just do. And they sit there and they debate different things that are going on. And there's always one person. It's obviously mostly a Republican broadcast, but they bring on one Democrat.
Right.
And just because of all the crap that's going on, and I'm not going to mention it, he was just making stupid points, just dumb points. And I found myself getting mad, but I'm still watching it.
But you're still watching.
Exactly.
And still watching.
Yeah. So and that's the whole point of it. And I think that's what he tries to do. The fact is, it's like, bro, just rejoin the TTC. I know it's not what it once was. And I know sometimes these guys go out of line and take personal shots, but that's what you want. Just do what you want. Yeah. Because he's trying to bring the TTC to who? No one.
Because this ain't the
He's tried to go after Mark Holmes. Doesn't work. Tried to go after Philly 500 last year. Didn't work. Go back to people that will actually that will be your entertainment. What you view as entertainment on YouTube.
Right.
Because it's either because if he wants to be a Giants YouTuber, I believe he would grow, adapt or die. Because I've talked to Pizzle, he's a knowledgeable fucking fan, but you wouldn't see that through his videos. He knows his shit. He knows his history. He knows football. He would have excellent opinions. I'm not saying you got to do what Entertainer does or what I do or what you do. Maybe you find your own space, you find your own niche. I don't care, but he has very good opinions, and if he'd use that, he would grow. But at the end of the day, it's a hobby for him. He's got bigger fish to fry, and he views making promos. It's content to him. And if you don't do what he does, you don't make promos, you're not a good content creator.
Oh, so then maybe he'll Maybe he'll find some entertainment in the video that I did, because that was 100%
No.
WWE promo.
You
That
should
was 100% WWE promo.
You should have done no. You needed to do an actual like WWE promo, like challenge him to like a no holds bar strap match in the middle of the WWE ring.
Oh,
I think
okay, cool. That's what I'll do on the next one. Listen, I cut a no shit W. Here's okay. I don't want to see. This is gonna make me sound like an asshole or whatever. But I'm an Andy villain, so I don't give a shit. I cut a whole ass no bullshit WWE promo. I wrote nothing down. I sat exactly where I'm sitting right now. Excuse me, this beer getting me. I sat exactly where I'm sitting right now. I hit record and I just talked. I had nothing on. I had no papers. I had nothing. I just sat down here. I hit play and I just cut a promo like I was a fucking wrestler. I had a wrestler's mentality in my head. I was like, I'm going to just cut a fucking promo. Because I'm a wrestling nerd. I don't watch wrestling that much anymore. I don't have time to, but I love wrestling and I love promos. You know, I love
a good promo. I mean, going back and watching an old Ric Flair promo, he was off the chain. He was ridiculous.
An old Ric Flair or an old Rock, like The Rock, one of his promos, or like a Steve Austin promo. Oh my God. Sign me up. Like I've always loved the promos that people would do. So I was like, I'm going to cut a promo on this mofo tonight. So here's the deal. I wanted to get it off my chest that like I don't hate Cop Pizzle. I don't want anybody that is a supporter of mine to hate Cop Pizzle. I don't want people to go over to his videos and flood his comment sections with dumb stuff, because that's not the good look. I'm still coming for a spot. I'm still better than him. I'm still more entertaining than him. I'll still kick his ass if he comes live with me. I'll do all the things that I said. I'm not backtracking on none of that shit. But I don't ever want my subscribers to go and be toxic in another community. I don't want that, because like I personally think it's whack. I think me having to do the video to Cop Pizzle was whack. I would have much rather talked to him face to face or live on stream at least, because that's the kind of guy I am. If I got something to say, I'm gonna say it to you. But once he cut communication with me, I said, well, this is the only way that he gonna hear what I gotta say if he listens, and if he doesn't, other people will listen, and maybe somebody will get it to him. I would have preferred to have done it face to face. I think dropping a video talking shit about a specific person with like, and it's crazy because like that's kind of what you do, but it's not what you do, because you're actually rebutting someone's point with your counterpoint, and so you're creating a debate situation. What I just did had nothing to do with debating anyone. It was just shitting on a guy, and I don't like that.
In a way, I kind of shit on Pizzle. Like I'd never take it family, but I did. LT Coach, what's going on?
Coach C, what's up?
But what I did to him, it was just like, listen, I'm tired of you doing this Giants community. Now, I'm not trying to sit there and say I am the Giants community. I'm not. But at the end of the day, I'm friends with a lot of these guys on here. So it's like, why are you doing this? It makes no sense. Why would you attack your own out of nowhere? It just makes you look feeble. It makes you look jealous for no reason. If you don't like what they do, then don't pay attention. I don't beg him to go watch my videos, just like you don't beg him to watch your videos. Right. It's just at the end of the day, don't watch. You don't like it, don't watch. We realize you're in your corner. We realize you're in the sandbox, and every once in a while, I'll tune in. Do I tune in as often as I used to? Hell no.
Right.
Hell no, I don't. And I'm not even a sub anymore. It's just like, because I'd see him pop up on my phone, and it's just like him doing the same thing over again. It gets boring. He's boring to me because I know what it's going to be. Oh, I'm going to rant on Joe Judge. Okay, great. I've heard half the points you're going to make anyways. So next video.
Yeah. So I just, that was really the main event. Was this? I don't want no toxicity, man. We a community. I'm all about family. I always say that this is not my channel, even though my name is on the channel. This is our channel. And I want us to be a family. I want us to grow together. I want us to get better in terms of our content. I want us to get bigger so we can make all the fucking money on YouTube. Okay, I want us to make all the money together. And you know, eventually we're gonna be too old to get in front of a camera and be talking to people. So we got to make sure that
I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe you'll get too old and gray to sit in front of a camera, but I'll sit in front of a camera any day of the week.
Listen, there's gonna be a point where I'm too old. I'm gonna be like, I'm not doing that shit.
Because you know what? I'll tell you, YouTube. You know, if you met me 2 years ago, I don't think I'd come on here and have the same confidence that I did. And I'm glad I did, because my buddy asked me to be his best man at his wedding. And I sat there for like 3 or 4 days. I had the whole thing written out and I memorized it. Right. And everybody was just like blown away that I'm just up there speaking and just not giving a shit. At one point, I was like, oh, crap, I forgot what I had to say, literally in the mic. And then I just caught it and I kept going. And the girl, I felt bad for the girl who had to the maid of honor had to come up right after me, and she goes, "There's no way I could do what he just did." And she sat there and read her thing. Well, that's because I thought I had to
do OGR. That's because you fucking good at what you do, and that's why you are the most underrated Giants YouTuber on this platform, because you're good at shit at what you do. That's why I am honored that you would give me an hour and a half of your time tonight to come and hang out with me, because I personally love
anytime, my man,
content.
Anytime. Honor off YouTube. I appreciate it.
Hey man, seriously, I love your content. I've always been a fan, and I've always, paid attention. And I mean, you're good at what you do, man. That's why you was able to go up there and kill it, because you're fucking good. Really good.
I appreciate it.
And some of the stuff you say, I'll be dying at some of the stuff that you say. I'll be dying at it. So hey man,
my favorite thing I ever did at camera, it got everybody good, was I think I made it better. Did we something with the Eagles lost last year? And I had to say like "Fly Eagles Fly" on camera or something. And then I was just like, I started brushing my teeth. I literally had like brushing teeth, and I pretended to spit out, and everybody just like had an absolute just rolling. Do the best BBS pose. Well, I need cram grape to do that. Wait
a minute, what the BBS pose?
I don't know what the BBS pose is, but I know I need cram grape to do it, because Kid Blue's favorite drink is cram grape.
Let me find out, Keith. I'm gonna have to go ask BBS. What the fuck is the BBS pose? Listen, it seems like every time that I do like a live stream, there's another thing. Every time I go on someone's live stream,
I had to take a guess at the BBS pose, it'd be something like this. But
there's always a new thing.
Exactly. If there is a BBS pose, I could be like something like this, and then cran grape in the picture too. It's like, I don't know.
The profile picture? Oh shit, we gotta look at the profile picture. I'm gonna have to go look. I gotta go look at. I've never really paid attention to his profile picture, but now I gotta go look to see what the BBS pose is, and then I'm gonna fucking make fun of him for it. I'm gonna make fun of him for it. This is great, man. Every time I live stream with someone or by myself, a new thing is created, and that makes me so happy that we are starting to establish things. Like there's a supporter, Viz. And when I hit 1,000 subs and I get monetized, we're gonna throw a big ass party, and it's gonna be the Ignore Viz party. So Viz will be there, but nothing he says, no one's gonna respond to. We're gonna just ignore his ass for however long the live stream is, and he knows it's coming. He's like, I'm gonna be there anyway. And then we got the BBS post. I love it. We putting things together. All right. So listen, we are currently at an hour and 23 minutes. OGR was absolutely kind enough to give us his time, and we are we're gonna ignore his ass. And OGR was kind enough to give us his time here on a Wednesday night. I am so very appreciative of you coming on with me tonight, and man, talking about some Giants, talking about some beef. Man, listen.
It's what's for dinner, bro. It's what's for dinner. It's okay.
Listen, you're the perfect guest to come on for the live stream after my last video, man. Because anybody that
he's gonna be none too. I fully expect a text. He always likes to text me like the middle of a work day. I fully expect a text. Oh, why were you on with him last night? Were you talking shit? Blah, 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 blah. I fully expect it. He has my number. So.
Wait a minute. Because of Twitter, because you follow. Yeah, he's gonna
Oh,
probably.
no. He literally has my cell phone number.
You know what I'm saying? But how does he know? But it's because of Twitter. He's probably gonna
Yeah.
see Twitter and be like, "Why are you on with him?" And yeah, okay, cool. Whenever you tell him I said hello.
I will.
You tell him I said hello. Never unblock me on Twitter and keep running from me. You tell him that I said that.
Okay.
You tell him that
if he texts.
And then if he gets real mad, I'll give you my phone number and he can tell me himself. I'm not scared of nothing. I don't run from anything. I'm the craziest son of a bitch on this platform. Y'all just learning. I'm crazy. And listen, I have no problem being the anti-villain. I'm not a hero and I'm not a villain, but I will always be the anti-villain. Okay, I have no problem being the anti-villain. But anyway, OGR was kind enough to give us his time to come on to talk about a little bit about Giants, a little bit about about Twitter and YouTube beef, and just a little bit about himself, and we are better for it. So OGR, I'm going to give you the TSR, man. People always seem to pop in.
Yeah, they do. Right, they do.
As I'm getting ready to go off. And then the damn stream lasts another fucking 30 minutes because they're asking questions or something. But we're not going to do that. Capizzle and PTA Sports Collab 2021. Make it happen. Afghanistan, I am not running. You should know that by now. I am not.
Yeah, my man. We've been live for an hour and a half, my man.
Yeah,
TSR.
man, you should know TSR. This is, you know what? Hey, but here's the thing, TSR, man. I appreciate you coming in and showing us some love, brother. I was in TSR's I don't remember what game he was. It was basketball game, and TSR, man, he's probably one of the best basketball live streamers there are, man.
He's the best one of the best live streamers, period. He can pretty much call anything.
He was killing it, man. I popped in real quick, showed him some love, and then I had to dip. I was only in there for like 10, 15 minutes, and I had to dip. So hey, man, you just returned the favor by like popping in, saying something, and dipping, man. It's all good. I appreciate you being here, man. Thanks for acknowledging my existence. I really I gotta say, see, this is why these streams last way longer than they're supposed to, because these people come in and they make me start thinking about stuff. I really gotta say, I am honored and I am humbled to be acknowledged by by a lot of you guys, man. Like it really lets me know that I'm bringing value and that I'm doing like good stuff as a part of this community, man. So it really, I just want to be better, and I want to help you guys be better. And I appreciate y'all for even acknowledging that I'm a person and a fellow content creator, man. It really does my heart good. So TSR, man, thanks for being here, brother. I appreciate you. I really do. OGR, man, I'm gonna go ahead and let you have the floor before we close out, man. Anything that you want to say, anything you want to get off your chest. Any Gucci Moochie, you show up at the last damn minute. What's up, Gucci Moochie? How you doing, man? We get ready to go home, brother. OGR, I'm gonna let you.
Anyways, I really will speak to this. Anyways, everybody, if you're in the path of hurricane lower, stay safe. Stay safe. That's for sure. Because that's very close to being a Cat 5, and I know it's supposed to hit very early this morning. So Stay safe, you guys. Again, appreciate you on, and guys, Friday night, Pest is going to be on my channel, so that's going to be an interesting. Yeah. That's going to be very interesting there.
Part 2.
And yes, TSR Giants fans do stick together, and we need to stick together at the end of the day, because we need to be able to lift each other up when our team loses. But anyways, guys, I appreciate you coming in. I appreciate Pest having me on. Everybody, you have a good night, and Pest, well.
Yeah, hey, come see part 2 on Friday over at OGR's channel. I have no idea what we're going to do. I have no idea what OGR has planned for me, but I'm here for the smoke, baby. I'm here for the smoke, and I'm super excited to be there. So, hey, everybody that was here that rocked with us tonight, please come on over to OGR's on Friday night. Watch from my Twitter. The link to OGR's channel is in the description. If you're not already subscribed, which is crazy if you're not, because you should be. We got to get OGR before we get me to 1,000 followers and all that crazy goofy shit. We got to get OGR to 1,000 followers. So go into other people's videos. If you always get your homework assignment, Go into other people's videos and type in the comment section, "One Giant Rebuttal sent me." All right, not PTA Sports. Don't type in the homework assignment that I give them every single week after the end of my live stream is to go into random videos and tell them that PTA Sports sent them. But this week, you tell them that One Giant Rebuttal sent you. All right, I don't care what the video is about. It don't even got to be about football. It could be about tiddlywinks. I don't care. Go in there, put in a comment, and say, "One Giant Rebuttal sent me. We've got to get this man to 1,000 followers, to 1,000 subscribers, and we got to get this man monetized." All right.
I don't give a shit about being monetized. I just want community notes. That's all I want is community notes.
Community notes and memberships and super chats and emojis. I think you get emojis and some other shit. We got to get One Giant Rebuttal to 1,000 subscribers. Let's get it done, guys. All right. And again, I'm so appreciative of y'all coming and spending your time with me. This is not my channel. This is your guys' channel. I love each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all so much. And we will go on ahead and get up with you guys later. Deuces.